See, a traditional Hollywood director would have said, it didn't work. Cut, do it again, get it right. No, it was Ridley built it up like that. And those reactions are true. Yeah, Ridley admits it now that underneath then the special effects and he's a genius, Nick Older, who took this over and was doing it. And he quietly said, listen, put some more blood in there and squirt one of them right at Veronica. So that she got she dropped down in the set, boom, went. And that's all, I mean, in the end, that's acting, whether you like it or not, but those are reactions of what you always look for as a director. They were true. The shock was absolutely real, and we knew then this was going to cause havoc in cinemas. Yeah, she's fine. She complained about all of them, and yet, but in the end, they're actors, and they were fairly young at that time. Yeah. Well, now she realizes, how iconic that scene. It is listed as one of the most iconic scenes in the history of cinema, and she was a major part of it, really. So, yeah, in the end, they accept it. Actors. Well, Giger hated movies. He's such a purist. He didn't want to ever come. He didn't want anything to do with it. He decided to come. Maria, his Italian girlfriend, who's the opposite of him, she came with him. And what happened was, when he saw what we were building and doing, he was so amazed that he decided to stay. So I was the one as a set decorator. That was my job. I went down. Well, I was art director, but I was in charge of the whole look of the film on that one. I went down to see him. I said, HR, what do you want? And he said, I want bones. And as a set decorator, I knew where to get bones, because if you have to have scientific bones, because you can get anthrax from live bones and stuff. So I knew where to get them. So I got him a truckload of bones that was safe. And we built him a little out of movie set pieces. We built him a little shed in the middle of the studio, and he wanted clay, and I got him all the right stuff. And what he did was sculpt each of the sets, the landscapes, in miniature using the bones and clay, and then he airbrushed the colors on it. It was amazing. No, I had lunch with him every day. He was part of our crew, We were in Shepperton pub, the King's Head in Shepperton, every day. And I was the one, because I was always the one chatting, and he'd look at the menu and say, "What is this spotted stick?" And so I said, "It's a pudding with currants in it." HR. And the other one that got him was pigs in a blanket. He didn't understand, because they'd used all those names, And I never had that with him. We never had time. I don't know when that must have been afterwards, but we were in order back to the set again. I had a new girlfriend at the time. The only time I could see her was she would come to Shepperton on Sunday and have a quick picnic out on the lawns outside the old house with us. That was it. I would get home late at night and I'd fall asleep eating every night. It was exhausting. When Ridley came in one day and he had marks across his forehead, and I said, "Are you okay? What happened?" And he said, he was on his third Rolls Royce by then, because he was the biggest advertising director in the world. And, he said, "I'm relying on it driving home. I fall asleep and I bang my head on the steering wheel." He was so tired. Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of stories. All these stories are in Cinema Alchemist. There's so many. Right. The lightsaber, Luke's, the first one ever that I built. And they call me the father of lightsaber. Now I'm told it's the most iconic prop in the history of cinema, which I probably made for $15.